Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Let's look at some exercises on GDP and CPI. Again, the main purpose of using GDP is to calculate a nation's output or income اللي هو total income دخل الدولة. We use GDP to calculate it, okay? بعد كده بستخدم ال percentage change في GDP Deflator أو ال percentage change في ال Consumer Price Index عشان أجيب ال inflation rate اللي هي نسبة التضخم. We have question number 1 here. This is given to us. We have year 1, year 2, and year 3, and we have 3 products: apples, t-shirts, and bicycles. And we have the price for each and the quantity for each. Now, first, we need to calculate nominal GDP for each year, real GDP for each year, the GDP deflator, and then we want to get the inflation rate. تمام؟ هنجيب النومينال جي دي بي ازاي؟ price times quantity for the 3 products. Okay, so for year 1 we have apples. This is 1 times 50, you get 50, plus 6 times 600, 6 times 100, you get 600, plus 80 times 90, you get 7,200. Add the 3, you get 7,850. So again, nominal GDP is price times quantity for each year for each product. Nominal GDP for year 2 is going to be what? Again, for apples, the market value is 3 times 60, which is 180, plus for t-shirts, that's 8 times 140, you get 1,120. And then for bicycles, that's 100 times 100, you get 10,000. Add the 3, you get 11,300. The nominal GDP for year 3, again, for apples, that's 4 times 70, you get 280, plus 7 times 160, you get 1,120, and then 90 times 110, you get 9,900. Add the 3, you get 11,300. This is the nominal GDP for the 3 years. So now we answered A. Question A. Let's look at question B. It says what? Assume that the first year is our base year. Calculate the real GDP for each year. Now, once we know that our base year is year 1 in this case, so what are we going to do with real GDP? هنستخدم السعر بتاع year 1 مع كل البرودكتس. هثبت السعر على year 1 for the 3 years. تمام؟ طيب, real GDP for year 1 is what? هستخدم السعر بتاع year 1. يبقى for apples السعر كام؟ That's 1 again times 50 for apples, 1 times 50, plus سعر التيشيرتس كام في year 1؟ 6 times 100, plus 80 for bicycles times 90 equals 7,850. هاجي بقى للreal GDP of year 2. البيس year is year 1, يبقى أنا هستخدم السعر بتاع الأبلز in year 1. هيبقى كام؟ 1 times 60. تمام؟ plus السعر بتاع التيشيرتس في year 1 6 times 140 plus 80 times 100 and times 100 المفروض times 100 and احنا year 2 times 100 صح times 100 80 times 100 you add the 3 you get 8900. طيب real GDP for year 3 هجيبه ازاي؟ برضه هستخدم السعر بتاع year 1 مع الكوانتيتي بتاعت year 3، يبقى هتبقى 1 for apples times 70 plus 6 times 160 plus 80 times 110 you get 9830. تمام؟ يبقى أنا كده جبت النومينال جي دي بي وجبت الريل جي دي بي. طيب لو هو قال لي مثلا let's assume that year 2 is the base year، هحل السؤال ازاي؟ لما البيس year يبقى year 2 هستخدم السعر بتاع ايه؟ بتاع year 2 على الثلاث سنين. تمام؟ لو البيس year 3 هستخدم السعر بتاع year 3 على الثلاث سنين. تمام؟ يبقى ده الريل بيس، بثبت السعر على البيس year لكل السنين. طيب C, question C, we need to calculate the GDP deflator for each year. How do you calculate the GDP deflator? It's equal to the nominal GDP divided by the real GDP times 100. So in this case, for year 1, what is your nominal GDP? Times 100. So we have your nominal GDP for year 1 is 7,850 divided by the real GDP for year 1 is also 7,850 multiplied by 100, you get 100. Your answer is 100. تمام؟ GDP deflator for year 2, what's the nominal for year 2? That's 11,300 divided by real GDP for year 2, that's 8,900 multiplied by 100, you get, if you calculate it, you should get 126.97. Okay? Type real GDP for year 3, again, you're going to do the same thing. So nominal GDP for year 3 is 11,300 divided by real GDP for year 3, that's 9,830. All right, times 100, you will get 114.95. Okay, now why are we doing all this? Number one, to calculate a GDP بيmeasure ايه تاني؟ It measures a country's output or a country's income or a country's total spending. كل يعني GDP is a measure of all these and they all equal each other. تمام؟ بستخدم الديفليتر ليه بقى؟ عشان اجيب نسبة التضخم. How do you calculate the rate of inflation or inflation rate? It's the percentage change in the GDP deflator. How do you calculate percentage change? هجيب new deflator minus old deflator divided by the old deflator times 100. يبقى أنا لو عايزة أجيب نسبة التضخم من between year 1 to year 2 هعمل إيه؟ الجي دي بي deflator النيو هيبقى إيه؟ السنة الجديدة is year 2. الجي دي بي deflator بتاع year 2 126.97 minus the deflator for year 1 minus 100 divided by the old deflator which is 100 كله multiplied by 100 you get 26.97. يعني ايه بقى 26.97 دي نسبة التضخم between السنة الأولى والسنة الثانية. لو عايزة أجيب the inflation rate من سنة between year 2 and year 3 هجيب the percentage change between the deflator of year 2 and the deflator of year 3, which is the new 114.95 minus 126.97 divided by 126.97 times 100. Actually here you're going to get a negative answer which is minus 9.47%. يبقى هنا actually الأسعار قلت ما زادتش. اوكي قلت بنسبة minus يعني نقول around minus 10%. Okay, is this clear? I hope this is clear. يعني it's very important to understand تاني إن GDP measures output of a country on a macro level وإن أنا بستخدم الديفليتور اللي هو nominal divided by the real GDP. I use the percentage change in the deflator to calculate the inflation rate. تمام. Question number 2. Let's put it down here to have more space. Okay, question number 2. We have a table and they're giving us, we have an economy here. We have two goods, peaches and pecans. And هو بيقول لي إيه؟ إن the typical consumer basket consists of 10 peaches and 10 pecans. ده quantity. The base year is 2005. هنا بقى بنتكلم على CPI. تمام؟ عايزة أجيب calculate the CPI for year 2005 and 2006. بعد كده calculate the inflation rate from year 2005 to year 2006. Remember the steps اللي قلنا عليها واحنا بنجيب CPI. What's the first step? First step تعالوا نكتبها. Steps to calculate CPI. Number one, we need to calculate the market basket. الماركت باسكت ده بنجيبه ازاي؟ It's basically price times quantity. هو already مديني الكوانتيتي ما بتتغيرش. الكونسيومر باسكت اهو. اوكي، يبقى الكوانتيتي of peaches is what? 10. والquantity of pecans is 15. تمام؟ يبقى أنا الماركت basket for year 2005 is the prices of peaches in 2005, this is 11, times the quantity, which is 10, plus what is the price of pecans? 6 times 15. You get 200. Okay. And then the market basket for 2006 is, again, the price in 2006 is 9 and the quantity for peaches is 10, plus 10 times 15. You get 90 plus 150. Just a second. $240. All right, this is the first step. Step number 2, we need to calculate the CPI. How do we calculate CPI? You calculate CPI as what? The market basket. So CPI is the market basket in the current year divided by the market basket in the base year times 100. So if I'm looking at CPI in 2005, what is the market basket in 2005? That's 200. والبيس year برضو 2005, that's 200 times 100. يبقى your answer is basically 100. The CPI for 2006, what is the market basket for 2006? That is 240 divided by 200 times 100. So you get okay, you get 240 divided by 200 times 100, that's 120, all right? We need to calculate after that the inflation rate from 2005 to 2006. How do you calculate inflation rate? The inflation rate in this case is what? Let's write the equation down. Percentage change in the CPI. How do you calculate percentage change? It's the new CPI minus, the new CPI is what? In 2006, that's 120, minus the old CPI, 100, divided by new minus old over old, 100, all multiplied by 100. Okay, so you get, let's see, divided by 100 times 100, you get 20%. What does this 20% mean? This 20% means إن نسبة التضخم أو الزيادة in the price level is 20%. تمام؟ That's it for this recording. I'll see you in a while.